Welcome everybody to MotoAmerica, the Stock 1000 race. Their first of two this weekend are ready to hit the grid. Speaking of hitting the grid, Jonathan Green has done just that. Let's send it down to him.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie. You remember the famous words, to be or not to be, were written by the bard himself from Great Britain, Shakespeare. Well, he's still here, and he's on the grid in Superstock. I love it. But this one is Stephen Shakespeare from London. How are you, mate?
I'm doing great. I want to really say thanks to the cameramen. They've been support since we've been in Elkhart Lake, and I really love you and the support that you've given me. It was fantastic.
Listen, I know there's something special about why you chose 921. Tell me why.
921 is actually stands for September 21st. It's the birthday of my late brother. He passed away quite a while ago from cystic fibrosis. But when I had the opportunity in club racing, I chose 21 for to commemorate his birthday, and then coming to MotoAmerica, I was able to pick 921, and you know, today's 921, it's on his birthday, and we're going to do good.
I love talking to the Brits or anybody from anywhere around the world, because this is going live on MotoAmerica Plus, and it's great that you can be beaming into the homes of London, and maybe somebody in the family will see you.
Well, I hope so. I love you, Mum and Dad.
Yeah, we love you, Mum and Dad.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Stephen Shakespeare, watch out for him on the 921. I also want a word with this man over here, because if I'm not right in saying, I think this is Roy Holster's swan song. Is this it?
This is it.
Man, I am so proud of you, because you guys don't get the merit, but you still do the work. You still put in all the work over the weekends, and you don't get all the TV time, but you're getting it here with us. I know it's been a tough weekend for you and all the team. We've mentioned Eric over our commentary, but I know that this is a special next half hour for you.
It is. Thank you very much. And yeah, this is my retirement year, and we're all here to support MotoAmerica and this sport that I love so much. And don't be surprised if you don't see me in some magnitude. We're just not sure how it's going to be yet.
Well, listen, you enjoy it. You get through that pack. Napa Valley, that's what's in the tank. Some good red wine from the Napa Valley. So watch out for Roy Holster. Come with me a little bit, because we'll see if we can go a little bit further up, because I'm in the mood at the moment. Let's see who else we can get. Let's just stick with our kind of theme, as it were, because I think we might be able to just get one more Brit.
I'm just glad to see you burning calories down there, Jonathan.
Hey, steady. Where's my friend? There he is. Now, how about you for a win today? How about it?
It'd be nice. I'm aiming for top 5. Hopefully we can get a good start, elbows out from the start, try and drop into a decent position. See what we've got. I don't think I've quite got the pace to be in the top 3 or 4, but let's see what we've got.
We were just talking, this is live on, all around the world. So is there anybody back at home you want to say hello to?
Yeah, I'd like to say hello to my mum. She's watching, and my girlfriend Olivia. She's back home too.
Hey, up, Mum. Have a good one. That's you. Good luck, Bradley Ward, and everybody else that's involved in this Superstock race. That's all for now, but let's get these guys up and running. It's Superstock. Back to you, Robbie.
Thanks a lot, Jonathan. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Dunlop, the official tire of the 2019 MotoAmerica Championship. Stock 1000 race number 1, because this is a 2-day race weekend for them. Robbie Floyd, you know that man, Roger Lee Hayden. He's done very well here many a times, and we'll talk about one that didn't go so well. And Lionel Gettman, the marketing director of Law Tigers, one of the sponsors of MotoAmerica. And I was talking to you earlier, and I know you're getting to watch some fine racing here today, but I was talking to you, and I was like, man, it's been so long. I've been a part of motorcycle racing, and Law Tigers has been as well.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, I mean, literally a couple of decades worth.
Yeah, several years, and it's an honor to come out here to Barber and enjoy this kind of contest. To be here at the championship means nothing more to us. I mean, this is epic. It's monumental to be out here. And honestly, it's an honor to be here and to support such a great, wonderful sport.
As we take a look at the starting grid, the pole sitter, Andrew Lee, he's going to retain that number 1 plate for next year. Michael Gibbert, Stefano Mesa. Those are 3 guys that have really been back and forth throughout the week, but don't count out Jeff May back there on the second row. Find your favorite rider as we work throughout the field. Several riders here in the Stock 1000s, 22 to be exact, and there's several guys that can take the victory. But Lionel, I know the motorcycle lawyer, Law Tigers, the motorcycle lawyer out there, and it is a big part. So everybody that rides out on the street, they've got to get insurance, and we say if you got a choice, why not choose you and do those? I mean, the things with the insurance dealing with that, the lawyer side of things, it's something that's needed very often.
You hit the nail right on the head. You know, we are lawyers that solely practice on helping out injured motorcycle riders. We don't sell insurance, but what we do is we make sure that you're covered and well protected. Right. Heaven forbid, we hope nobody goes down, but we want to make sure that if you do, you know that Law Tigers are there. We're a national company. We've got local offices to help out and support. Again, we hope nobody goes down, but at the end of the day, it happens. So that's why we're here. We're all motorcycle riders. We're passionate. That's why we sponsor and we do this with MotoAmerica, is because it's in our blood. I think I got race fuel running through my veins. So it's just one of those things that we love to do, and we get involved doing it.
And that's the direction I was going about. I didn't look at you as an insurance company, but you're the people that has to fight those insurance people that are trying to take your dollars.
Insurance companies do not like to see us at all. So, again, hopefully nobody ever needs us, but if you ever do, 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, lawtigers.com. That's how you can find us. And again, we're only motorcycle riders. That's all we do is take care of our friends, our brothers, our sisters on the road.
Good to have Lionel K. Gammon here, the marketing director of Law Tigers. Roger Lee Hayden to my right. I asked you, I said, what are your best finishes here? Well, I had this many wins. I had this many wins this second. But there was that one day a few years ago that Mr. 10 digits turned to 9.5 digits. That one spot, and somebody said, where's your finger? What turns it in? That one day that cost you a little bit.
I think it's over in turn 9 after the back straightaway. The fast left after the back straightaway has my left pinky's over there hanging out in turn 12, in between 12 and 13. So I might go see if I can't find it later.
It is something you look about. I remember reading through that, and I'd known you, just literally from reading about you through the live. But that's just something, I mean, it's part of racing, but something, I don't want to see that from anybody out there, and having so much success at this track, but that one day is a day that you'll never forget, and that was the one that wasn't such a success. As we take a look at that starting grid, Lee, Gilbert, and Mesa, and as Mesa on the inside, Roger, I think it's actually pretty good being on that inside here. If you're not going to get the pole, this is a good opportunity to get a good jump and kind of dictate what happens in turn 1.
Yeah, definitely being on the inside puts you in the right spot off the start. But
Gilbert
with the good start, but he wheelied off the line. It looks like Andrew Lee's going to be able to sweep around the outside going in turn 1.
He got that good jump, but a lot of traction on that straightaway for the Kawasaki's. Kawasaki setting the field for the top 5. The first Suzuki in the field, Miles Thornton, number 72. We'll see where he pans out after this first lap. Uh-oh, man, Gilbert wants it quick. He does not want to let Andrew Lee get away. Heading into 5, he goes underneath. Lee's going to go out to in. And you see that move, but Gilbert kind of holds that inside line, and it keeps him from doing it.
Yeah, he looks like Michael got in there and got his stop good, and got a really good drive out, and actually pulled a couple bike links on the straightaway headed into the museum corner.
Lionel, how about you? You ever hop on a ZX10?
You know what? I'm from Utah, so we've been riding the Miller track for years, but nothing to this speed, nothing to this power. But I'm dying to get out there one of these days.
Again, as we watch the riders funnel through here, there's that section. Roger talking about we're on the first lap, 13 more laps to go. You also see Ashton Yates, the 22, the Vic Fasolo Racing entry up there. The modus operandi for Andrew Lee is to get out in front and try and check out. It looks like that's going to be the case again, Roger. He's trying to get by Michael Gilbert. He's not one to wait.
No, it looks like he tried to go up the inside there, but that's what Andrew's been doing all year, getting a good start and checking out and controlling the race. But I think these guys kind of know his game plan, and they want to. Michael Gilbert looks pretty hungry today to keep him behind him.
This is what we saw at Atlanta, the first race of the year. Michael Gilbert was out in front every single lap until the last one. He decided to leave the inside open for Andrew Lee. Andrew Lee took advantage of it, was able to pass with only a couple of turns remaining. But Michael Gilbert out in front right now. You see the 55 entry on the Kawasaki out of Tustin, California. SoCal rider on that Team Norris Racing entry heading down into 5. Those front 4 guys, any 4 of these 4 could win. Jeff May's another one to look for that's ridden many laps around here. The Georgia boy's fast.
Yeah, I was going to say that Jeff May's been here a lot. I've raced him many times here as well. Has a lot of knowledge, so I think he'll be strong, and he's right there on the tail end of the group, and I'm sure he's just being patient.
Jeff May, number 99, the Ameris Bank Kawasaki. 4 Kawasaki's. May takes a look back because he knows if he goes wide, nobody's going to be able to go underneath. That's good having that buffer because you got the one rider in front of you, but you don't want to go too wide that you enable somebody to dive underneath. I think Andrew looks a little faster. He just can't quite get by Michael, can he?
No, this place is pretty tough to pass. You really have to set up your drive on somebody pretty early. And, looks like going in turn 16 where Andrew Lee's a little bit quicker than Michael Gilbert. And it's easier when you're behind somebody through that right-hander because it's kind of it gets real tight on the at the apex. So when you're behind, you can actually judge your speed off the person in front of you, so it's easy to get a run on them.
And if that guy in front of you gets a little bit of a push and you're underneath, you can kind of get that drive and maybe hold on to it. You're seeing Jeff May trying to work his way by Stefano Mesa. Mesa on the 37 out of Nashville, North Carolina. Mesa 37 racing entry. He'd been the quickest in the qualifying and practice sessions until Andrew Lee jumped up literally at the last second. Michael Gilbert's been fast. Jeff May's been fast in our time sessions. All four of these guys have been quick. We've talked about this racetrack really doesn't have one long straightaway like, say, Atlanta or Road America, but it's got 3 or 4 mid-range ones that I kind of like better. I don't like just seeing one straight. I like seeing those intermediate ones.
Make them get in there and work for it.
Yeah. Roger, do you have a favorite part of this course? So you've done it so many times?
I actually, coming up over the hill out of turn 3, turn 4, I just like it because if you get a good run, you can almost keep it almost wide open, and the bike gets really light. So I really like that part of the corner because a lot of guys, it gets a little hairy.
It leads you to that outside and grass over there.
So that's probably my favorite part. But I really love this track. All the guys like it a lot just because there's a lot of elevation, there's a lot of different stuff, and the track's really smooth as well. So everybody loves coming here.
You see Michael Gilbert, the 55 on the Kawasaki, Andrew Lee, number 1, Stefano Mesa, 37, Jeff May, the 99. That's the way they stack up this group of 4. Andrew Lee's playing a patient game right now. All over Michael Gilbert, just waiting for a mistake. Really haven't seen one. And these two guys race not only in MotoAmerica together, but they race in club and regional races together, and often on the same machinery. I heard that they both have like BMWs and both in Kawasaki's, and they race which one has the better contingency that weekend. Heard an interview this past week, but they're very comfortable racing side by side with each other.
Yeah, they race, in Southern California all winter, and so I think it also helps when they have somebody to push each other when they're not at a MotoAmerica race. So, for them, they're just like they're at a normal race, but it's at a national. And Andrew Lee looks like he has a little bit more pace right now, and he's trying to find a way around Michael Gilbert. Looks like it could be now.
Yeah, here's your chance, and he dives to that inside, but Gilbert just kind of shuts it down, and he leaned in on it too. It's a high-speed deal, and I love what Gilbert did by staying on it, but I also like what Lee did. He kind of knew the distance he had to work with.
If you're going to make a pass there, you have to fully commit. You can't.
Don't halfway.
You can't hesitate. Here he goes.
And Gilbert still stays on it. When sometimes you ride angry and go like, hey, if you want to run it in here, you might take yourself out. Here's your opportunity. If you want to do it, I'm okay with it. I mean, it looks like I don't know that Gilbert's necessarily riding angry, but it almost looks like I don't care. I'm still going to charge into this corner whether you go underneath me or not.
And I think Andrew Lee's just, it's only lap 5 of 13, so he's being patient. He doesn't have to force the issue yet, and maybe give it a couple more laps and see if he can't make it past a little easier spot.
We see him work that far outside. Now he's going to try and dive in, and we saw Jeff May looking behind himself earlier. You might look over your shoulder if you're Andrew Lee, because if he opens that door, Stefano Mesa is going to be the guy you're racing with instead of the 55 of Michael Gilbert. Through that section, a little switch back, the museum turn. That's 8. There's 9 going up to the hill, and 10 and 11 caused a lot of problems yesterday for several riders right here.
Yeah, and this is also a place where you can get a good run on somebody if you carry a lot of speed like Andrew Lee's doing here now, and he should have the run up the inside. No, he shut off again, but it looks like he's trying to set himself up for a pass right there, and a lot of times people don't expect you to make a pass there, and you can make it pretty clean.
That's the scariest part of the track for me. I mean, coming, that dip and up over that hill, it's blind. Even going around in cars, I'm looking over this hill trying to find my vantage point. Uh-oh, a little wobble out of Stefano Mesa. That's going to enable Jeff to move in just a little bit closer. But 1, 2, 3, 4, still stacking it out. Andrew looks faster, able to run it in certain places, but fast coming in does not always mean fast coming out. But I like how he's taking just a little bit undercut here, a little bit wider there.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to set up where he can, give him a little bit of a gap and then carry his momentum through the corner and can get a good run on him. And, I think he's going to try to make a pass out of that chicane. He's been trying it the last couple laps going in turn 12. It looks like he has a little bit more speed through 10 and 11, and I think that's where I think he's going to try to make it happen in turn 12.
Big drive and going wide. Lionel Gammon, the marketing director for Law Tigers, next to me here. How about you? Are you a racer or just a rider?
You know, I'm just a rider. I wanted to get out on the track, and when it comes down to it, I just can't strap into that leather and commit to it. So I'm just a normal rider out on the road, and I just appreciate the racing. I mean, to look at the ability these guys have to know that they can get on this bike, do 13 laps, and you know, a lot of people don't think 13 laps is a long time, but you twist that bike down at that angle at those speeds and hold on to it through the top and through the bottom. You really are an athlete there through and through.
I know. There's no way I could do it. Maybe a track day. Roger's next year. He can, teach you how to go fast around here. And he's always looking for sponsorship, right, Roger?
There we go.
That's right.
Yeah. The Law Tiger, Roger Hayden. That has a good ring
It's got
to
a
it.
ring to it
really
there. Maybe we got to
good
look
ring.
into this here.
Yeah.
We'll make a little deal. You teach me how to run, and we get you a little money and get you going.
I can do that.
You can do that. You're still seeing Michael Gilbert after that tremendous pass early on, getting by Andrew Lee. It looked like he was going to get the whole shot, but got a little too much wheelie. But gets by on that first lap, and he's really held on to it. But the first, second, third, and fourth have stayed pretty much like this the entire time. Andrew Lee been all over Michael Gilbert, waiting for a mistake. He kind of pushed the envelope back in Atlanta on the last lap. I don't know that I would wait that long this time. You see Stefano Mesa running in hard, but you see Jeff Aaron get a good drive out of this turn. Can Aaron pull up next to him? Or excuse me, can Jeff pull up next to him? I might have said Jeff Aaron because that's another athlete, a freestyle guy, but Jeff May. The only other Jeff I know with the GEOFF.
It almost looks like the Michael Gilbert is faster in the first part of the track, and then the Jeff May and Mesa, they kind of close up on the second part, and almost like through turn 2 these guys really bunch up.
Are you getting the feeling that if Andrew Lee was in front, he would be able to pull away a little bit? It looks like he's not quite able to run his lines that he wants to wholly.
No, possibly, but he definitely looks like he has more pace, and it doesn't. To me, it looks like he's not ready to force the issue yet, and he's comfortable. He must be comfortable where he's at, but he has a couple spots. It looks like he's tried it a couple times and could have made the pass if he really wanted to.
And waiting and biding his time. 6 victories in 2019. He's on a 5-in-a-row streak. Can this be 6 in a row? And he still has one more race yesterday. He's already won the championship. He gets to keep that #1 plate next year, but he's looking for sponsorship so he can get in the EBC Brake Superbike class. I guess he's doing everything he can. I mean, isn't he? I mean, he's winning races on the similar bike. Doesn't have the electronics, but we've seen Superbikes win here before, or stock bikes win here before in the rain. It's a sunny day, so those EBC Brake Superbikes are definitely going to go faster. Jeff May now moving into 3rd place as they both hop over the curbs there in turn 8. Does May have something? Maybe that's something he needs to light that fire and get up there at Andrew Lee and put the pressure on. He's already dealt with Mesa. Does he have something left?
And I'm sure Andrew Lee's watching his board and saying that, he has a little bit of gap so he doesn't have to force the issue. And
speaking of, he forces it, goes underneath hard. Now see if Gilbert can retaliate. A little bit of a bobble there from Lee. Gilbert's going to get a good drive here. He's going to go underneath, but can't do it that time.
No, he once he made the pass going in turn 10 and 11, he actually lost the rear. When the track goes down right there and G's out, sometimes it's easy for the rear to step out, and it already looks like Andrew Lee's opening a bit of a gap.
It felt like, to me, it looked like he was a little bit quicker, but could he pull away running his race lines? We're about to find out. Michael Gilbert, number 55, moves to second, or drops back to second. Jeff May into 3rd now. He's been running 4th most of this race. He needs to go ahead. If he's going to get by, do it now, because you don't want to let Andrew Lee. He loves that clean air. He can pull away. So let's look at Jeff May back there in 3rd, 99. Ameris Bank entry out of Sugar Hill, Georgia on that Kawasaki. Let's find out if he can get by Gilbert on the 55. He's going to get a good run up the hill. Both of them taking very similar lines.
Yeah, they do. And, we were talking about Andrew Lee looking like he has the more speed, and you can tell that time he was getting to ride the lines that he wants to use. And, he's already he has a red first sector, which means the fastest of anybody. His sector 2 is green, which means his best.
His personal best.
So he's definitely trying to make a gap or make a break and then control the gap the last couple laps.
And the crazy thing about it, you have Andrew Lee now, another purple sector in 3, but sector 2, the fastest is Stefano Mesa, but he's back there in 4th. He's kind of losing a little bit of ground here. Jeff May closing in on Michael Gilbert. Closing in is one thing, getting by is another. We saw how long it took Andrew Lee, what, about 6-7 laps to get by? Now Jeff May, he can't wait that long because he doesn't have 6-7 laps left in this race. Less than 5 laps to go, make it 4 as they cross the stripe here.
And Andrew Lee just ran his fastest lap of the race, which is, pretty impressive. 9 laps on the tire and then do your best lap. So, I really hope to see him in Superbike next year. I hope he gets the sponsorship that he needs because he's a young kid and he's fast, and I hope he gets that chance while he's still young and learning.
Franklin Army, Graves, Kawasaki, Andrew Lee out in front, the 55 of Michael Gilbert on the Team Norris Racing. Kawasaki in second. Jeff May, number 99, back in third on the Ameris Bank Kawasaki ZX-10R. And you have Stefano Mesa, who looks like he's going to finish second in the championship. Back there on the Mesa 37 entry. Still looking for another podium, though, and he was really in it for most of this season. Unfortunately, Gilbert and Mesa got together back at pit race in Pittsburgh, and that kind of took them both out of that championship hunt, losing a maximum 25 points to Andrew Lee. Andrew Lee wrapped up the championship last race at New Jersey. Jeff looks fast here. I think we're going to see something here very soon out of Jeff May. He's waited long enough. There you see him go outside. He's going to get that drive, see what he does. Grant Langston told me many times, Ricky Johnson's told me many times, you're never going to pass anyone following in their lines. You got to do something different, Roger.
And that it looked like the lap before Jeff May tried to go on the inside, and I think Michael Gilbert could feel him.
Yeah.
Because that time Michael Gilbert shifted to the inside. So when somebody does that, you try to go around the outside and then be on the inside going into the last corner.
Surprise them, kind of show them that you're here, show them you're here. Oh, I'm not not here, over here.
To keep up your momentum. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I think Jeff May is going to throw a shot in there eventually.
I think you're right. 3 laps to go here. The MotoAmerica day number 2. It's our first race day, but Andrew Lee trying to win another one. That would be 6 in a row for the Stock 1000 champion of both 2018 and 2019. The last time around about had a 1.5 second advantage. Looks like he stretched that out just a little bit. The race has been for second as of late. Jeff May again getting a good drive. That outside turn, there's a little bit of rumble strip, but it leads you to grass. You don't want to be there.
No, and you can tell Michael Gilbert really wants to hold that second spot. He just had a red second sector. So, he's pushing hard. He wants to stay on the podium. It's the last race of the year, and everybody wants to finish strong.
You look at Jeff May, he has personal bests in sectors 1, 2, and 3, and that's why you're seeing him so close to Michael Gilbert just in front of him. P2 plus 0. I mean, that means he's on you, right?
Yeah, that makes for a long race when you come around every single lap and you're pushing as hard as you can, and it says plus 0 every lap.
Oh, a lapper is starting to play a factor here to who makes the right decision. Gilbert goes on that side. May goes underneath. May chose the right one. Gilbert's got a good drive.
Right.
Can he keep it up? We don't see him in the picture. Oh, let's pull out. Let's hope the white bite's still in there. He does it. How did he save that, Roger Lee Hayden? I'd love to see that again from maybe a different angle. Stefano Mesa gets by for third, but Jeff May's got to regroup. Man, he's going to have to clean out those leathers when he gets back to the pits.
Yeah, that's definitely a hairy place. It just, when I was talking about earlier, the bike gets light at the top of the hill. And
that was your favorite spot, Roger.
Yeah. Oh!
And that's another hard hit. So Jeff still pushing even after that close call. The Ameris Bank 99 going hard, down hard. Jeff May, he had to regroup and gather his motion. He said, "I'm done. You grab that bike, pull it off, because I'm out of this race."
You know what it kind of looked like to me is he went off the track and right here coming up to turn 4, see how the bike gets light. And then he runs off. And
look at him save that. That was a tremendous save.
Did a great save, but he goes through the the grass there, and the most important things when you're in the grass is don't touch the front brake. And it almost.
Ooh, that was already in 9. That was the right-hander after 8.
But what I was going to say is that your tires get dirty. So he went through the.
With the straight, with clean in the middle.
With the left, and then looks like as soon as he started to go right, maybe the tire wasn't clean because it came around. It came around really quick, and it was a hard hit. So I was glad to
What can you do about that? I mean, give it a little more time, maybe? I mean, really, it didn't look like he was doing anything out of the ordinary. I don't think he was pushing extra hard there. How do you clean off the sides when you're, and you have to turn sometime?
Yeah, I don't know because, the right-hander before that you would have thought would have cleaned the tire, but
yeah,
you never know. He's pushing hard. He lost the last podium spot, fell back to fourth, and, into the race, the tires get greasy. It's hot out, and might have just pushed it a little hard.
One lap to go. This is the final lap for Andrew Lee. Unfortunately, I feel bad for Jeff May going down because he had really a tremendous save at high speed. I mean, he's going over 80, 90 miles an hour, kind of a blind turn, saves that one, then goes down in one of the slower sections over near the museum turn. You see Andrew Lee getting by the 921 Steven Shakespeare coming down that front straightaway. Andrew Lee. Checker flag comes out, and that is his 6th win in a row for Andrew Lee. 7th on the season, and he can do no wrong. Second's going to be Michael Gilbert after that tremendous battle all race long. Stefano Mesa rounding out the podium. It's befitting, unfortunately, for Jeff Bay. He was in there. He's going to have to watch everything go down on the sideline and hear my voice. Gets a little sip of water because he was fast enough to win that race and was still pushing to finish second on that podium, but it just was not meant to be today. I hope he's all right and get back out there tomorrow because this is a 2-race weekend for the Stock 1000s. What more can you do if you're Andrew Lee? I mean, he's supposed to be learning and developing his skills if he wants to race in the EBC Brake Superbike class. It looks like he's doing just that, Roger.
Yeah, he's getting better every weekend, and, he's going to need, find a sponsor to move up. And, sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone and move to Superbike and take the chance and show the guys what you can do.
High five, very nice. Congratulations to, he said, hey, let's do one more. Andrew Lee, Michael Gilbert. Let's put a show on here for the fans that stuck around for the Stock 1000 race at the end of the day. They're going to get to race, I believe, tomorrow beforehand. Oh, Stefano Mesa, is this a mechanical issue? See, he pulled over. Either the bike let go or he's just waiting.
I think he's trying to pick up Jeff May. I think he stopped to pick up Jeff.
I think you're right. He's like, are you okay? Come on, I'll do it. Yeah, he unfortunately had a first-hand view of what happened there. Stefano Mesa is going to be in 3rd place. We'll hear from our top 3 here in just a moment as they make their way back to Parc Fermé. Jonathan Greed's going to be down there trackside.
Yeah, here's another replay. Just the track kind of goes away there, and it looks like he went over the curb, and the suspension just unloaded as the track went down, and the rear followed it. So,
but it was the front that initially kind of let go.
Yeah.
The rear chased. And
pretty big lick though, so it was nice to see him get up. He's definitely gonna feel that one when he wakes up in the morning.
Yeah, that helmet did its job there. Those melon thumpers are definitely tough and hard to deal with, and that's why they have to wear, or that's why they need to wear all the protective equipment. And Jeff May's been doing this quite a long time, former factory rider on the Buell Maris Bank, and he's going to be a little sore. He's got a day job to go to on Monday, and he's got another race to go to tomorrow. Yeah, they're all talking about it right now, the big get-off by May. But the Team Norris crew down there happy for Michael Gilbert. Everybody happy for Andrew Lee as we take a look at our final results here for race number 1 this weekend. A 3-point advantage, or a 3-second advantage for Andrew Lee in race number 1 over Michael Gilbert. You see Stefano Mesa less than a couple of seconds behind in 3rd. Ashton Yates up into 4th. Didn't see much of them because the racing was so good up at the front. Miles Thornton, another top 5. Bradley Ward, Dunham, Norman, and Alan Phillips up there inside the top 10. But Andrew Lee just puts another feather in his cap and just keeps that row going. Roger, he has not finished off the podium but one time back in Virginia when we didn't even know if he was going to race because he injured his hand. We heard going into that week that he wasn't even going to race, and I'm going to try and salvage some points. That's the only time. A 4th place is his worst finish all year.
Yeah, and that's what it takes to be a champion. And he actually Andrew Lee actually texted me whenever he hurt his finger and thought he was going to have to lose it, and called me and asked me what.
Really?
Yeah, what I thought about it.
How does that conversation? He didn't call you going, hey, Roger, I know you lost your pinky back in the day. What's it like if I have to go ahead and say, take mine?
Well, the thing is, it's always nervous when they start talking about cutting something.
Yeah.
Cutting a body.
Cutting off a digit?
Yeah, cutting off a body part. But I told him, heck, I don't even notice it, and I'd rather have that than, a broken ankle that bothers me every single day.
Let's send it down to Jonathan Green.
Thanks, Robbie. Yeah, I'm here with Andrew Lee. What a great way to finish your season. It's always nice to get the championship, but it's even better to finish with a win.
Yeah, I mean, I was just really relieved after the last round to win the championship. I mean, like I said before, these guys are top-notch. They've been giving me a run for my money all year. And just to come back out here and battle it up with Michael, I mean, he got hurt a couple rounds ago, and he's back up on top, and he's riding better than he ever has, I feel like. So, I mean, it was just a really good battle. We tried to put my nose on him a few times, and he was getting a good drive out of there, and I just halfway through, I was like, I need to get through because I saw my lap board was coming down, and I was like, all right, went up under him, had a huge moment, and I was like, oh, God, that was, yeah, I lucky to save it. I mean, these Dunlop tires are holding up well. The Franklin Army Graves Kawasaki crew's giving me a bike to ride, so it was just a good weekend.
Hey, Andrew, we've been asking all weekend in commentary, what next for you? Because you've done it all here. You can't do any more.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you want to be?
I'd like to do Superbike, but we just got to wait for the cards to fall into place, and hopefully that's what we do next year.
Somebody back him. Andrew Lee.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Well, Franklin Armory helping him out this year, as well as Graves Kawasaki taking another victory, his 7th on the year. He started off the year with a win. Right now he's got 6 in a row for that Kawasaki. But, man, he started racing when he was 7 years old and started road racing back in 2013. That's quite the accomplishment. That was only 6 years ago. Now he's a 2-time Stock 1000 champion. Andrew Lee's on a roll. He's a defending champion, and he backs it up with another #1. Let's send it back down to Jonathan on the podium.
Thanks, Robbie. Yeah, I'm here with Michael Gilbert, and there was a lot going on in that race.
There was. It was. I got out to a lead. That was kind of my plan, was trying to get out and run, and for about 6 laps we were making that work. And I just made a little mistake on the back section. I think Andrew got a run on me and got by me, and then to be honest, I kind of just made a couple mistakes after that. I tried to gather it back together, and we were running consistent times, but Andrew was just putting it together. He's really riding well. Hats off to him, but this is good. After that Pittsburgh crash and now sitting out in New Jersey to be back on the box, I'm really happy. I got to give it up to the guys at Team Norris, just sticking behind me, and we're gonna go back to work tonight and come out swinging and try and give Andrew a run for his money.
Well done again.
Thank you.
That fighting attitude out of Gilbert started off the year with the 2nd place, backed it up with a victory back at Virginia. And he was out in front for a while, holding off Andrew Lee for about half of this race. Just couldn't quite hold on to the end, but the Team Norris Kawasaki proved they have what it takes to make it on the podium once again. Those couple of crashes really cost him in the championship hunt. Let's send it back down to Jonathan Green trackside with Stefano Mesa.
Yeah, I'm told his name is Nonito. Stefano Mesa. I got a laugh out of him. Hey, well done, mate.
Yeah, good racing. I mean, my hat's off to Andrew and Michael. They rode a great race. I was struggling a little bit with a little bit of setup. I think we went with the wrong tire choice, but we're going to go work at it, and hopefully we give him a run for the money tomorrow.
You got a bit of a break when May went off, but could you believe he held on to it?
I mean, when he went off, I was like, oh, maybe there's a break, and I knew he was going to be behind me for that last lap, so I kind of put my head down again and try and put a flyer, and then when I came around, I see him laying in the ground. I'm like, oh, man, wonder what happened there. So I hope he's okay. I picked him up, and he sounded okay, and I'm sure he'll make it tomorrow.
What are you going to change tomorrow night? Tonight for tomorrow?
We're going to work a little bit on the bike, maybe try that other tire that they gave us an option for, and we'll just see how it goes.
Well done, the 37, Stefano Mesa.
I believe he's finished on the podium all but 2 races this year out of 4th, and then the one race with Michael Gilbert back at pit race where Gilbert crashed into him and took him down. But, I mean, this is a very consistent rider in Stefano Mason. He showed that today. Still battled for position throughout the race and able to finish on the 3rd spot of the podium. Looking forward to the final race of 2019 here in the MotoAmerica Championship tomorrow. But there's a guy who's going to be the vice champion, the runner-up to Andrew Lee for 2019. But what a run for the Mesa 37 team. As we take a look at the championship standings that are now updated, and there's why you see Mesa finish 2nd. There's only 25 points available tomorrow, and he has that much of an advantage over Michael Gilbert. But Andrew Lee, 224 points. It's hard to beat that guy. Travis Wyman still holding on to 4th. Miles Thornton. Jeff May, after going down, not able to make up that differential. Still 1 point behind Miles Thornton. Corey Alexander, Ashton Yates, a part-time entry still inside that top 10. Bradley Ward back there in ninth. The Brent on his Kawasaki. Look for him to put on a charge tomorrow as well. We saw him in the picture there today. So welcome back here to our final stop of 2019. Robbie Floyd, Lionel Gammon, Roger Lee Hayden. What do you think of today's race, bud?
Can't beat it. Top notch, I mean, honestly.
No, for sure. The racing all day has been great. And, that one is just it's great to see these young guys out there fighting until the end and trying to prove themselves, and that's what makes the racing great.
The one thing is you saw how hard they fight at the penultimate race. Tomorrow's the last day. Do you really let all the stops out because you don't have another race for 2019?
I think you let it all hang out because, you're only as good as your last race going into the off season. Everybody's trying to get sponsors, and nothing – is a better selling point than a good last race.
I like that. Roger Lee Hayden, he said it, you're only as good as your last race. This was the next to last race. Thank you, guys. Let's get ready for tomorrow. Well, let's take a look at the schedule for the final stop here at 2019. Look, there's your Law Tigers.
There we go.
Stock 1000s. We're going to kick off the day tomorrow at 1:20 Eastern, followed by the Liqui Juniors, Super Sport, and the EBC Brakes Super Bikes. And for the final time, the Twins Cup hit for their race. They didn't get to race today, but they do get to finish things up tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Well, the Stockton 1000 win goes to Andrew Lee, but what a race between Michael Gilbert, Stefano Mesa, throw in Jeff May into the mix. We've had sunny skies here at Barber Motorsports Park. A lot of questions about how this track would hold up or how the tires would hold up onto this new surface. We've had some surprises today. You'll have to go back to MotoAmerica Live Plus and find out. Check out that video on demand and see how your favorite class, how it finished today. For Roger Lee Hayden, for Jonathan Green, I'm Robbie Floyd. That's it for day one here at Barber. We'll see you tomorrow for day number 2.